Hey everyone, what is an etheric plane, etheric body, etheric astral, or etheric realm, as most would call it based on their understanding and perception? Etheric plane is the existence of a non-physical reality beyond our ordinary physical world. It is a gap between the higher dimension of the spiritual world and the living. We live in a controlled third density or third dimension, some would call it. And in order for us to achieve higher consciousness and move into a higher dimension, we need to be able to raise our level of energy or chi, which is basically a frequency, right? And this is one of the major causes of the imbalance and blockage of the etheric field in our everyday lives, which can lead to physical and emotional issues, things like stress, pain, and suffering, and so on and so on. Now, before I go on, there is an old saying goes, whatever the belief you believe in, it's all true. Use your own intuition and question everything. Basically, what I'm trying to say, there is no God, there is no hell, there is no heaven. We all come from the same light source, 13.814 billion light years ago, which scientists have called it the Big Bang Theory. And from this tiny little spark, it went on to create galaxies and stars and planets and us. And yes, we came a long way from bipedal hominid to Homo erectus to Homo sapiens. But think about it, you're coming from the same light source. You're part of that source. So you are God. You are your own creator. Your body, mind, soul are your temple. You are an energy source. There's no God that's going to come down from the sky with a magic wand and you know, bless you with an abundance or whatever you wish for. That's just not going to happen. And this is the problem I have with religion. Even thousands of years ago, religion is man-made. And over time, anything that man touch, it's corrupt. And I don't want to offend anybody. Whatever you believe in, it's your belief system, and that's fine with me. I'm just saying that question everything. Like Einstein said, if you judge a fish of its ability to climb a tree, it's going to grow up thinking it's stupid. Everybody's a genius. Find what works for you. And as he said it again, question everything. So to me, religion is nothing more than a cargo cult. Now, I believe there is some higher being or a higher spiritual guidance or something out there, but if I'm going to believe in God, then God is nothing more than a frequency. So I'm learning this whole process myself, what I'm sharing, and what you can take out of it, that's up to you. What happened is about 12,500 years ago, there's a group of ET, part of the Galactic Federation. They imposed what they call an etheric fence upon planet Earth to trap the negative soul from leaking or entering to other dimension. So basically, We live in a simulated matrix that is controlled by extraterrestrial, in a sense. And for us to break free from this matrix, we have to be more compassionate, raise our level of consciousness in order to break free, because Earth is nothing more than a test lab for the aliens, a school for the human beings. And this is where the etheric plane comes into play between the spiritual world and the living. Now, let's get into scientific facts for a bit. 99% of our body is made up of energy, consists of oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, calcium, and phosphorus. The human body consists between 37.7 to 50 trillion cells vibrating at a different frequency at any given time. And the human body produced about 0.07 volt. A bolt of lightning generates 1 billion volts, yet a human cell produces 0.07 volt of electricity. At 37.5 trillion cells, that's 2.6 trillion volt that the human body can produce in electricity. And the human body is 50% water, which is ground for electricity also. I mean, if you think about it. So we're nothing more than an energy source. So when you look at yourself, you're thinking, what little old me, what can I do? You can do a lot. You are powerful. You are the Almighty. It is what you manifest that will become your reality. Scientists have also noted that each cell contains about 100 trillion atoms from various size, which makes up these molecules. And if you take into account the current population on planet Earth right now, we got about, 8.5 billion people? And if you remove all the empty spaces in their atom, we could all fit into the size of a sugar cube. Because as you know, atom is 99.9% empty space. But since we are stuck here in this control matrix, this simulated, environment that is pretty much managed by terrestrial, heaven and earth exist at the same time here on planet Earth. Like I was saying earlier, there is no God, there is no heaven, there is no hell. And if you define hell based on majority of the people who understand what is hell, hell is an assumption that when you do something bad, you will burn in hell, you will be thrown into a fire pit, and burn in a lake of fire or thrown into the frying pan. All that is garbage. All that is man-made. Hell consists of three things: lust, anger, and greed. Those three things is what made up hell for the human race. Everything's happening on planet Earth as we see it. And it's facts. And you can see it through your everyday life. You got scammer, you got fraudsters, you got murder, rapists, addiction, pedophiles, and so on and so on. And those who live in a lavish lifestyle with full of abundance would feel blessed as if God blesses them. That's not true. That is because they have earned it from previous past life through reincarnation. We don't know how many lifetimes that they went through to get to that level because of the good deed they have done. Those who are living a hellish nightmare, they have a strong attachment to something like an addiction, material things, and they will exploit and cause suffering to others no matter what the consequence is. So these self-centered, psychopathic, and narcissistic people can only affect you if you let your vibration and frequency coincide with theirs. And this is if you lose your focus, attention, and emotion, become the destructive thought pattern. What I mean by that is you do not make yourself out to be a garbage can and taking in everything, gossiping, chit-chatting, belittling people, just all these bad things, right? What happened to a garbage can when you takes in everything? It gets filled up, it's overflow, it smells, and it stinks. And what will attract that? Garbage, you know, these hellish spirits. That you be a part of that. So don't put yourself in that position. There's a reason why you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. So that you can see better, you can hear better, and talk less. Your life experience on planet Earth, why you are in the position that you are in, is based on karma from previous life. The body that you have is just an avatar, and an avatar body gets old, they died out, but your soul never died. Your soul leaves your body. It goes back to the same energy source where you originally come from. But it's this karma that you carry with you because of all the bad things you have done. It's this consciousness. So you're going to reborn back into planet Earth to try to fix all that stuff, to make things right. Until you learn how to fix and achieve higher consciousness, you will never be able to leave this third dimension and join the advanced civilization, that are fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh dimension. And the higher you go in dimension, you become so powerful. Your consciousness, it's you don't even have a physical body. At a certain level of dimension, right? You can harness the power of the sun. You can harness the power of the galaxy. Scientists starting to come out with theories like the Dyson sphere, where civilization who is so advanced that they can harness the power of the sun. They can travel through times, and things like that. The universe is so big and huge. To think that we are the only human species on planet Earth that are intelligent is absurd. So for us to achieve higher consciousness, we all collectively need to do a few things. One is to start by helping, giving, teaching, learning, inspiring, and healing as a collective mind. This is the only way for us to break free from this matrix or this simulated computer programs, if you want to call it. Now, scientists even coming up with theory like a Dinka code, where they basically think that we're living in a simulated computer program. It's like an error correction. If you listen to Billy Carson, you know. And trust me, I read a lot. I try to understand as much as I can. I'm a principal network architect by trade, but I've always been fascinated in trying to learn about the spiritual world. Even though I'm a Buddhist, at times I still question what is the purpose of Buddhist teaching, right? So if you find this video useful, good for you. Until next time, see ya. Bye.